Hey guys, it's Ranyouri, better known as Rainy like a rainy day, and I am a local realtor in the Tampa Bay area. I have a special guest with me today, Mr. Pat Simmons, and he is going to share with you guys his wonderful organization that I just so happened to find while doing some research on the internet. And because I feel and know that it is a great benefit to our community, I wanted to have the opportunity to speak with Pat, and so he can share with you guys about the organization. So Pat, thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate you
Thank you.
taking time to be here with me. So we are going to jump right into it. So tell us a little bit about you regarding like your background, your experience, any hobbies, anything you want us to know about you, Pat the man.
Well, I guess I could start with saying that my family's been in East Hillsborough County since the 1850s. So I have a long history of being in the area. As far as my background, I've done a whole lot of different things. I was actually a guy that pursued a music career, and
Yeah.
I moved to Nashville in the mid '90s. I put out a CD in 1997. I was Best of the Bay Country Act here locally in Tampa in 1999.
Oh wow, Pat.
So yeah, I've done a lot music wise, a lot of cool stuff, and then just dabbled some real estate and finance, and I've got an insurance license that I'm currently not doing anything with, and got into marketing, which is really helped a lot when starting a nonprofit, because you
Mm-hmm.
really need to know how to market yourself to make people aware that you're out there. But yeah, I'm just that's a little bit about my background.
But you know what? The way that I look at it in life is that you have a lot of background and experience, and you're like one of those people. I'm pretty sure you're like me. I don't ever want to go through life and ever have a shoulda, coulda, woulda. So if there's anything that I feel like I want to do, whether I want to change over to, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I have like an extensive background, like in healthcare, from a therapist to a nursing home
Mhm.
administrator to now this. So yeah, our goal is I don't want to have a woulda, coulda, shoulda ordeal as I get older in life.
Right.
So
I
now,
understand.
talk to us or let us know, like, how did you actually get started with your, first off, what's the name of your organization and how did you get started with it?
Okay, so it's called Bikes for Christ. And how it came about was actually me taking a mission trip to Nicaragua with my church in 2015. We had established a church there at that point, I think for probably about 15 years. I'd wanted to go on a mission trip there for years prior to that, but I was scared because I was scared to fly. I'm scared
Mm.
of heights and stuff like that. But I tell you what, I found out if you take enough Xanax, you can do anything. So I took this trip to Nicaragua, and I saw what real poverty was.
Mm.
Not the poverty that we see here in this country,
Hmm.
but and I'll probably go off on this if I talk too long, but I mean real poverty. Here locally, we have any resources to get yourself fixed
Hmm.
that you could possibly need. You just have to have the intestinal fortitude to want to do that. These people in Nicaragua have nothing to
Wow.
help them. They don't have that. So I came back from that, and I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what it was. So another ministry that my church supports, which my church is First Baptist Dover, they help provide food for a ministry called Amazing Love Ministries, um, once a month,
Okay.
and on a Monday night. And so I went one Monday night when they were doing that and participated in doing and helping the feeding for the homeless and the needy. And I said, you know what? I like this so much. I'm not just going to come when my church is here. I'm going to come every Monday night. So I did that. And then I'm like, okay, I want to find someone else to work with. And I found another ministry called Kay's Ministry. And unlike Amazing Love, that was stationary, they have a building there and all that. Kay's ministry would just throw up tables downtown Tampa Sunday afternoon, and we would feed like that. So a little bit different scenario,
yeah.
but just amazing work out on the street. So about 6 months into all this, it finally hits me, you know, the light bulb goes off above my head and says, Pat, this is what you've been looking for. You're an avid cyclist and you wanted to combine your love of cycling with something that actually has purpose. And that's when I'm like, I can help these people with transportation. And so that's when I started Bikes for Christ.
Yes.
And our official start date was March of 2016.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. So you've pretty much kind of answered our next question. Like you guys started in 2016?
Correct.
2016. So, and that's how you kind of started everything from being able to pretty much listening to your inner self, but kind of having the push from your service to other organizations. Would that be correct?
Yeah. I mean, and that was good for me to work with these other organizations because that really helped me to lay out the way the business plan was going to work. So we weren't going to just give bicycles out to be giving bicycles out and going, yay, we feel good about ourselves. We're giving out bicycles. I knew there needed to be a vetting process in place because the last thing I wanted was to be giving bicycles out to people. And the next thing you know, they've gone to the pawn shop, they pawned it, and now they're using that money to indulge in all the bad stuff that's got them where they're at right now. So I learned to start working through organizations where there's case managers. The case managers work directly with the clients in need. And if they feel a bicycle could be life-changing for someone, then they place a referral order with us. We deliver the bike to the agency. Agency gifts the bike to the client. And hopefully the client continues that upward path. And along with every bicycle we give out, we are Bikes for Christ. Originally, we would give a Bible with every bicycle. However, a lot of these people are transient. Bibles can sometimes be bulky. And the other thing is you can't give a King James. I was telling somebody this earlier. You can't give a King James version to someone that may only have a second or third grade education because it's just not going to come across. So what we use now are
and as you guys can see, you can kind of look around and see how Pat has his shop set up. Like they are really, really doing a great job with getting the bicycles and stuff put together. Oh, Pat, I was just giving them a little mini tour.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I think
Oh, yeah.
A little bit better.
So you guys can see all of the great stuff that Pat is actually doing with his organization.
So what we started doing, because like I say, Bibles can be bulky and a lot of these people are transient. They don't have a stable place to stay all the time. So we get these from the Pocket Testament League. They're small, they fit in your pocket. And what they are, they're Gospels of John, and they're written in a way where anybody can understand. And they get right to the heart of the matter because we want the person to know that we love them and that God loves them as well. And then for younger kids, we have scriptural based books. So for instance, yesterday I delivered a bicycle for a 10-year-old. So I wanted to give something on a 10-year-old's level, and it was a scriptural coloring book. You know, it had I think it had Moses on the cover, you know, and, you know, it's just a different way of going about teaching. And
now, who all do you serve? So you serve the children, and who else do you usually serve?
So our main focus is underprivileged kids, which that can be foster kids, or it can just be low income kids. Secondly, veterans who are trying to reestablish themselves. Veterans a lot of them suffer from PTSD, as we all know.
Right.
which can screw their whole lives up. So we reserve our best bicycles for our veterans. And then again, anybody that's in need and is trying to improve their lives, trying to make a difference, and trying to break the bonds of whatever's keeping them down.
And Pat, I love that your organization is about, because even like thinking about from my healthcare standpoint, when I was an overseer and an administrator, we used to have a staff member who were not as fortunately, and they would end up like missing out on jobs because they didn't have the transportation. So because your organization is able to provide those in need with that type of stuff, they will have the ability to get from point A to point B, to maybe
Correct.
get to their doctor's office or to meet with their case manager to kind of
Yep.
make things better. So I truly, truly love what you were doing. Definitely
Thank
love
you.
that. Now, what would you say your biggest need would be right now at this time?
Oh, so now we get into the COVID conversation and what's
Yes.
happened, what's transpired over the past year plus. So
Yes.
our biggest need is always bicycles, predominantly men's bicycles, because men are the problem child. That's just the way it is. Throughout the year, 85% of the bicycles that we have going out are going out to men.
Okay.
So here's what's happened over the past year. So last year, when we were first told to stay safe at home, everybody's like, what do we do? Oh, there's those bicycles in the garage. So they dusted off their old bikes, started using them again. And the ones that didn't have bikes literally went out, bought up every bicycle in sight, creating a national bike shortage because we're dependent upon China for everything. It's not just the bikes. It's literally everything. Everything is affected right now. There's cars right now they can't sell on lots because they don't have the chips to put in them.
Yep.
I mean, anyway, that's a whole nother story. So now you fast forward a year later, and now we have people that think their Huffies are made of gold, and they're trying to sell them. They're $25 Huffies that they've been sitting in their backyard rusting, trying to sell them on Facebook Marketplace for $200.
Oh, wow.
So needless to say, the last year has been a real struggle as far as getting those bicycle donations that we have to keep us going. And of course, the other thing is, where was the fundraising last year?
Right.
But all the live fundraisers cut off. We didn't have them. So monetary donations are also greatly needed, because that keeps, this is like I tell people, yes, we're termed a nonprofit, but we're a business like any other business.
Absolutely.
We have an overhead, and there's all kinds of things that we need to be able to do the job we do. Everything from ordering parts and tools that I'm looking at behind you, to having insurance, to having electricity, to a whole plethora of stuff that you have to keep a business going. So
yeah, and a lot of times people don't even think about that part. So thank you for pointing that out, that at the end of the day, it is still a business. You still have to take care of things to make sure that you're able to run and to be able to provide for those who are unable to have the items that you are able to give to them. So yes. Now, how if someone wanted to donate, what would be like the best way or the process that they will be able to donate to you?
Really simple. All you would need to do is go to our website, which is bikes4christ.com. Go to the donation page, and you have options there. You have options to, if you want to donate a bicycle, we have drop-off locations around the area where you can drop off if you're able to. If you're not able to, there's a simple form to complete that we can then follow up with you to arrange pickup. Okay. And if you want to donate monetarily, there's also a link through PayPal set up to be able to take monetary donations as well.
Okay, perfect. And I'll definitely make sure I include all of your contact information in the description. So you provided the website. What would be the other best ways that they would be able to contact you if needed?
You can contact through email. Our email address is admin, which is short for administrator, ADMIN at bikes, the number 4, Christ.com. And our phone number is 813-533-9177.
Perfect. And before we end, do you have anything else you want to share with the audience or anything, Pat?
No, not at this time. I'd just like to say thank you for this opportunity and the interview and everything. It's greatly appreciated, and it's greatly appreciated any help that we can get to keep this whole thing going.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, I will definitely make sure I include all of Pat's contact information. So definitely check them out. And as you have heard, and as you can definitely see how beneficial this is for our community. So definitely make sure that you're able to donate, provide any way that you can, as well as to be able to share his contact information with families and friends as well. So thank you guys for joining us. And thank you, Pat, for being on with me. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful time. Bye.